Hey everyone, it's me again. In case you're wondering what this is, I said I wanted to do like a redux of Bafford's Manor, right? But this time, like, getting all the loot and not, getting lost like an idiot all the time. So, yeah, here it is. And, to sort of spice things up, I guess, I mixed it up with another video I wanted to do, which is my thoughts on Thief, right? Like my general thoughts after having beaten the game for the second time, first time on expert difficulty. So, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, by the way, there is technically another mission I could have shown you. It's the blooper reel, right? But the reason I'm not going to show it is that it's not really like a mission. It's basically just the map for Bafford's Manor again, only this time it's just like cut content. It's like, beta stuff. Like there's an early version of the model for the bug beasts, which looks more like humanoid. It's pretty interesting stuff actually, but it's not a mission. It's really not. It's just like a museum of the game, which is cool and all. And I'm gonna leave the instructions on how to get to it in the description of this video. So if you want to check it out, by all means, right? Check it out at your own time. But since it's not really like a mission, I'm not gonna really cover it here, but it is pretty cool. So, yeah, my thoughts on Thief. Starting off with the positives, I mean, it's no overstatement to say Thief revolutionized the stealth genre, right? I mean, it didn't invent it or anything, that's more of a contentious subject, but it is safe to say that the genre wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for this game. And that alone, I think, earns it its reputation as one of the greatest stealth games ever. I mean, like, to this day, the sound propagation and visibility mechanics are still fantastic and conveyed to the player in a far less intrusive way than most games made today. The minimalist UI the game uses allows you to better immerse yourself in the role of a master thief. You remember immersion, right? It's what games used to go for before devs started spending 80% of their time on Twitter. But besides that, the story is pretty fun. I mean, it's not Shakespeare or anything, and you can see Constantine's betrayal coming from the moon. But I don't think this game gets enough credit for just how well it manages to create the feeling of you being just a small part of a much larger, living, breathing world. There are several different factions, events, and persons, all with their own interests, who continue to operate even if our beloved Master Thief Garrett isn't looking. As an example, in this very mission, we find a document signed by someone named De Perrin, and later in the Haunted Cathedral, one of the streets is named De Perrin. It's a tiny connection, but it tells you something about the world. In this case, the existence of, like, a very old family called the Perrin, right? Small details like that are all over the place in Thief, and they enrich the world of the game greatly. I mean, just looking at it, right? Bafford doesn't really play into the whole trickster storyline, neither does Ramirez, neither does the Thieves Guild, and stuff like the Lost City and the Mage Towers. I mean, they only really play a role because some of the talismans are there, right? So, yeah, it really manages to tell like an episodic story, and I think the game is better for it. I mean, it creates a more, how can I say this, a more like sprawling world. Actually, just an aside, this conversation with these two guards, I swear to God, I remember Garrett having some voice line after they're done talking where he's like, "What's a taffer anyway?" or something like that. But like, I didn't hear it the first time I played the mission, I didn't hear it this time, and I didn't hear it anywhere else in the game. So what happened here? Is it like a cut line? Did I just misremember it? Because I don't know, right? I don't know, maybe it's one of those Mandela effect things. But yeah, those are the positives. Now I'm just gonna have a little sip of my drink. As for the negatives, right? A lot of the negatives I have for this game can be traced back to just being a very early example of the stealth genre. The arsenal you get isn't really that inventive or that versatile. I mean, don't get me wrong, the arrows are cool, right? Using them to blow up zombies with like holy water arrows, that's nice. But, it's not exactly the most, mind blowing arsenal you're ever gonna see in a stealth game or anything, right? Also, I don't think this is gonna come as a surprise to anyone, but first person platforming sucks. First person platforming where you can't even see your character's feet really sucks. So the movement is not the best part of the game by any stretch of the imagination. But honestly, for a game going on over 20 years old, it holds up remarkably well. Even today, I can promise you if the stealth genre interests you at all, I say give Thief a shot. I mean, okay, probably the best introduction to the genre would be the fantastic Mark of the Ninja, right? It's a great introduction and it's pretty simple as well, while also having a high skill ceiling. So if you enjoyed that game, you owe it to yourself to try out Thief. You will not be disappointed. I promise you that. It's a great game, even to this day. So, yeah. In general, those are my thoughts on Thief. Like I said before, I'm not doing the Metal Age right after this because I never actually played the Metal Age. I'm very much a Zoomer, right? I was born the year this game was released, so I didn't grow up playing it. I only played it for the first time like 2 years ago, I think. So yeah, I didn't have a chance to play any of the sequels. But, I am looking forward to it. People tell me it's better than the first game, but, I'm not one of these types of people where I'll just like binge an entire series. I like to, let the game, simmer for a while on my mind before I try out the sequel. So it's going to be a few months before I play it and a few more months before, I do an expert run. But it is coming, right? I said it. Next year, it's coming. But yeah, for the time being, I'm going to do some other games that I hope you guys will enjoy. I'm thinking of doing a Halloween marathon for October, right? So if you guys have any suggestions of games I could do rather quickly that have a Halloween theme, then please let me know, right? There are some classics I'm thinking of tackling, but also some more obscure gems that I think you guys might enjoy. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's what I had to say for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel as well. Leave a comment with your thoughts. I'd be more than happy to read it. So yeah, see you later.
What's that? Who goes? Too much coffees this morning. I'm twitchy as hell. Seems clear. noise stopped. Guess it was nothing. Hey, what was that? Just the wind, I guess.
I wonder if he reads them or if it's just for show.
What do I see there? I don't see anything now.
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get? Here we go.